Off the exit.
It's time for the Bachelorette For Dummies with your special guest host, Jessica Kanady.
Off the exit time here on the Exit 50A podcast. It is Derek, and I am joined by a very special guest. That's right. As you heard, we're back with another installment of the Bachelorette For Dummies. Woo-hoo. And back here to help us, Jessica Kanady. Jess, welcome back.
Eric, I'm so excited. We are nearing the end of the season. I'm so glad to be back.
We've got a lot to cover.
I know.
A lot's happened since the last time we talked to you.
It has.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. When we last spoke on the podcast about the show, there were 6 guys left.
Yes.
So, Leo got dumped out.
Yeah.
Wills got dumped out.
He did.
And then we got down to the final 4, which, of course, is now down to 2. So, we're going to get to the finale. We'll get to, obviously, the Men Tell All show that happened as we tape this on a Tuesday, happened last night. We'll get to all that in a little bit, but we got to play some catch-up ball here.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back to your boy, Leo, because I don't want to. I feel like it's not
He's
fair.
my boy?
Yeah, I feel like it's only fair to have you give a quick goodbye to Leo.
I mean, I think last time when we talked, it was 6, and then you said who I thought my final 4 were going to be,
Right.
which I thought Wills and Leo were going. So yeah, I mean, I definitely thought that Leo was going to leave. I enjoyed him. I just thought he was a nice guy. I didn't really see a connection with them, but even last night on Men Tell All, I feel like him and Becca shared a really nice, tight hug. Like she has this respect. I don't know. The hug was like, I have respect for you. So yeah, it was sad to see him go, but she said goodbye to him on the beach. It was a little bit of an awkward goodbye, but I think they both knew it was coming.
Did you feel that? And I guess we can loop Wills into this same part of the conversation. Did you feel some of that was? I felt like it was a little forced in the sense that
Their relationship or the goodbye.
You can obviously see she likes who she likes on the show.
Right.
But the reasoning for her to get rid of some of these guys, to me, hasn't always been at least explained well enough.
Right.
Like most guys, you can say, okay, that's why.
Right.
Those two, I didn't really, I guess, yeah, you can say, Leo, there wasn't a connection there. But the Wills was kind of mysterious. There was no clear-cut reason why for the exit.
I feel like once you get down to this amount of people, there's really no reasoning anymore. It's not like, oh, this guy's a jerk or whatever. It's kind of like, oh, well, I think that my connection with this person's stronger. So I don't know, maybe they explain it more and we just don't get to see it, but it's usually at this end, my heart just leading me in other directions.
Yeah.
That's super generic. I didn't think her heart ever was leading her towards Leo. I definitely thought she had a stronger connection with Wills, but I didn't think it was strong enough to go to hometowns.
Yeah, I think we were in pretty much agreement that those two were next on the chopping block.
Yeah.
We get to the final 4, and we get to hometowns.
Yes.
Out of that scenario, anything that surprised you at all?
Okay, so I think I found Garrett's date a little boring. He planted tomatoes with her. That was boring, but I kind of feel like I don't want to say he's a boring person, but I don't think his storyline's been that exciting. So I think that was kind of right in line with what I expected. The Blake date. He took her to his high school, which at first I was like, nobody wants to walk around someone else's high school. But he talked about how there was a school shooting while he was there and how that shaped how he thinks. So I thought that was unexpected. Obviously, didn't think that was coming. Who else did she have on hometowns? Oh, she had Colton's date. Colton took her to the hospital. Was it the hospital? And they danced with kids. I found that date to be really cute.
Yes.
Which I was never really a big fan of their relationship, but I thought that date was really cute. And then I really just wanted to go on Jason's date because he took her ice skating and to a wing eating contest, and I was like, this is what people do when they date normal.
Yeah, especially in Buffalo. That's what they do.
Yeah. I just thought this is a normal date. This is a normal thing. I would want to do this. If I could pick any of these dates, this is the one I would want to be on.
Okay, so let's pick up from there because we have at this point, she's got to make a decision to cut to 2.
Right.
And she gets rid of Colton, and she gets rid of Jason. Now, we were talking before we started recording here,
Yeah.
and you're I can see you're very upset about the Jason departure.
I love Jason. So, do you watch This Is Us?
Yes, because of you. Yeah.
Yes. So, I don't know. I just really like him because he seems very confident, but also fun. Like they have a good time together. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about them that I like, but I think I just really like him. And a lot of people have been comparing his looks to like Andrew Keegan from like going back to like Teen Bop days, and also Milo Ventimiglia, which plays the beloved Jack Pearson on
Yes.
This Is Us. But last night I was watching Men Tell All, and they like go through the season again, and I'm like, he doesn't only look like Jack. Like I feel like he's Jack. Like he would be Jack,
you
and
put a
she's
goatee
Becca,
on.
and he calls her Baxter, and it's like, oh, you're so cute. You could be so cute together.
We're going to come back to him because I want to talk about that show last time because I have some
Yes.
questions about his appearance. So Colton gets
the boot.
Yeah, he gets dropped off too, and this is one of the big question marks I have on this show this season.
Right.
In the year of our Lord 2018, if you're a virgin,
Right.
should you be on this show? Because I feel like these two things they don't make sense together.
Because you feel like you have to sleep with someone before you get engaged.
I've pretty much felt like the reason he got eliminated was because she couldn't really do that. Like, I don't think she wanted to commit to a guy unless she had done that first.
So I don't know. So when I listen to a lot of Bachelorette stuff.
Yes.
It's like a very guilty pleasure of mine. And a lot of the previous contestants have said that they would bet money that about 80% of fantasy suite dates, like people are not having sex with each other.
That's not totally what I'm saying.
Like you just feel like she can't. What is that saying? Like she can't buy the cow without trying to milk her or getting. I don't know. Is that like a thing? I think I'm making that up.
I understand where you're going with it, but my point is more so that there's no litmus test that says he's good at that.
Yeah, but I think if you do other things with that person, you would know if that would work out.
I guess I'm for at least that makes a lot of sense. But for her, I feel like she wanted to know for sure, like you know what you're doing, and I think there was an inherent.
Does anybody really know what they're doing?
Probably not. I mean, it's a very small percentage of people who probably know.
I don't know. I just feel like it's such an awkward thing anyway.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't know. Like, I think that that's probably, it seems like that might be important to her, but she said last night, or she said on something recently, that she's dated virgins before. So I don't think it's like but do you think because wants to get married to this person?
Yeah, I think if you're, there's a difference between dating and then what they're doing right now.
But then do you think that that assumes that she slept with everyone she didn't bring everyone to the fantasy suite because she sent Jason home, but do you think that means, do you assume that she slept with Blake and Garrett then?
No, but my point is, I think she's expecting a level of inherited experience
Okay.
when they get together, and he doesn't have said experience.
But
so
he
if
could
that
have experience in other things. Like, I think I don't know. Like, I don't know. Speaking from a girl's perspective, I just think, I don't know. I just kind of think if you are going to be with someone and you do those other things, you kind of know whether that's going to be there or not. And maybe that's important. I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
I just did not get a good vibe.
I
did not
feel
get a
like
good
the
vibe.
whole Tia thing was playing in her mind.
That was a big issue. I think the combination of those two things.
Yeah.
Because you can't have, and see, there's so many questions about that show last night that aired that I have, and that's one of them. Like, I don't feel like, and clearly the way the show's laid out, let me just, for anybody who's wondering, like, the way the show was laid out, clearly the Tia thing was what pushed Colton off the reservation.
Right.
Like, that's what eliminated him. But I do think that the other thing was kind of, but just based off of her response
Right.
when he told her that. But yeah, the Tia thing is a problem. I don't know. That was really
Did we
weird.
talk about the Tia thing on the last podcast?
No,
I can't
we did
remember.
not.
So basically, there's a contestant named Colton. Before he came on the show, went and spent a weekend with Tia, who's on the last season of The Bachelor. But she had already been on The Bachelor and eliminated, and he was not yet called to be on The Bachelorette.
Right.
So they had met on social media, I guess, per se. And then I guess they started maybe private messaging each other as part of the story that we've gotten. And they hung out for a weekend. Obviously, they didn't sleep together. But when he told Becca way in the beginning on one of the first dates that he had a relationship with Tia, and then he said last night, I say relationship because not that we dated really, but that we had known each other and had hung out together with whatever. But then he got called to be on The Bachelorette, and she was a real big proponent of him going. Anyway, a couple episodes in, she gives Becca the A-okay, it's okay to date him, I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
They seem to work it all out, and then Tia comes back and is actually, the thought of you with him makes me sick to my stomach, and I really like him. Which I'm you spent a weekend together. What? What?
That is really odd. That is really odd. First of all, it's odd that after that happened, she said her and Becca are still friends, which I find to be kind of odd adjacent.
Yeah.
That's... how long have you... It's so... the timetable of the show and the friendships and all that stuff, there's a lot of red flags to it.
Yeah.
You're still friends
she
with
got a
somebody
lot of
after that?
heat. She got a lot of heat, Tia, on
yeah.
social media and stuff.
Yeah.
I heard she took a break from social media. And I think people were hard on her, but I was also why did you wait so long to tell her? I'm sure if she wanted to get in touch with her, she could have. She didn't have to wait until the end when... they already went to hometowns and everything.
That's a bad maneuver.
It was just not a good look. It wasn't a good look for Tia, and I also felt is Colton downplaying what they had together? Because it also kind of made him look bad, but then I felt bad for him. Yeah.
He was on the firing line.
He got the rug pulled out from under him, and I was thinking, what if he doesn't even like her? And he just missed this opportunity with Becca because this girl likes him.
Right.
I don't know. It's a lot.
Lot to process. Let's hop to last night.
Okay.
And the men tell all. So you have a lot of the villains back.
Yeah.
Everybody's back,
Yeah.
but the villains in particular, Chris and Jordan were back as well. What was your take on that show, or takes on that show?
I was exhausted. About 45 minutes in, I looked at my phone.
It's a 2-hour show.
Yeah, and I said to Brian, I think they just spent all this time on Jordan.
Yeah.
Which I think he's kind of funny, but I also recognize that if I lived with him in a house on a daily basis, he would probably drive me crazy. I appreciate him for comedic relief as I'm watching now, because I don't know how you take anything he says seriously and you just don't laugh. But I think that would get old if that was your daily living experience while you're trying to pursue this same person.
That's a small doses personality.
Yes.
You can only do hits of that. You can't you can't keep dealing with that over the course of day after day after day. It's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Chris was pretty apologetic.
Yeah, he was quiet.
Yeah.
I actually don't even really remember much about.
He didn't do
Chris.
anything really until the end.
Yeah.
And they bring out the gospel choir or whoever that was at the end of
That
the
Chris.
show.
I don't know why I'm thinking the chicken is Chris, but his name is something else.
Yeah.
I forget his name. See, these people have not left a big impression on me. But yeah, Chris with the choir. That choir was incredible.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they would give him more of a chance to talk to Becca. I can't believe
They
they
didn't
gave
really-
Jean Blanc time to talk to her, but not him.
Yeah, well, that the show is more, I thought, engaging when those guys were I don't want to hear from Jean Blanc.
Yeah, who cares? He sucks.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Sure. What do you have you listened to the other shows? What do you mean? Are you allowed to say that?
Just want to keep it at an A+ level here. So, no, I don't. I think his apology was nice, and I think it was nice that he didn't really make excuses. He was just kind of I messed up. So,
Yeah,
that's what it is. I lost it, and I have no.
He did about as well as you can under those circumstances. Now there's 2 points off of the show that I want to touch on. First, the clothes. You took great exception. I saw your tweet about the...
Couldn't handle all of the clothes. Like, they were just over the top.
Yeah.
Well, Leo's suit, which, I love Leo, but over the top. Will's always over the top. He had, like, red suede shoes on, which... Did they not film this in LA in the summer? How hot is it in those shoes? And then all of them with their capris and their little loafers. I was like, these men are really excited about what they're wearing. And, what's that guy's name? Connor with the glasses.
Right.
How he knew, like, Bachelorette Nation loved him with the glasses. So he's like, I'm definitely going to wear these glasses. I'm going to put these loafers on. And he put, like, a really intense pattern jacket on. And I was like, he's handsome, but if I saw him on the street, I would think you are so full of yourself, I wouldn't even spend a minute talking to you. Like, your outfit just says you care too much about the way you look.
Yeah, it looked like they were auditioning for something, or they were trying to be like, hey, look at me. They're trying to get the revenge, like, I look good in a suit again, or whatever it is I have on. That was pretty strange. One thing I did not like about the show. Mm-hmm. So all these guys come on the show and they profess their love or whatever and so on and so forth. And I feel like if you go through this stuff and you're serious about it and you're that upset, and some of these guys were upset.
Right.
I almost felt like the tone was too conciliatory.
Like everything's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason, when Jason says, let me ask you, what do you think I could do better? I mean, for future relations. I'm like,
but they're all like that. They all
oh my God.
ask, like, what went wrong? I need closure. I think that's so typical of that because
I felt like I was watching a classroom instruction or a lecture or something. Like, what do you mean?
Think of how mad we got. Remember Rachel's season when her and Peter, clashed heads? That was the most upsetting thing to me to watch. So I think they play it smart knowing, like, this is my last look. Potentially. Jason could be the Bachelor, so maybe it's not his last look. But for a lot of them, I think this is the last time that, like, America might see me on such a big platform. Like, I don't want to be a jerk.
That's true.
Because, like, what... I don't know. You're getting into a situation where somebody's dating all those other people. Like, how mad can you be at the end that they didn't pick you?
If you're crying, you've got to
There were a lot of tears.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to show some other emotion besides okay, that's fine.
Right.
Like that's what I didn't get. Like you're crying over someone who, in the main scheme of things, you haven't known that long.
Whole new appreciation for Will's last night.
Really?
Yeah, because all season I thought he mumbles. I can't, he never looks like he's fully engaged. Last night, I thought I saw a different Wills. I'm like, who is this guy? I thought he looked so handsome. I thought, like, his eyes looked bright and open. He was really just not mumbling the whole time he was talking. And I was like, oh, wow. A lot of people are saying maybe Bachelor candidate. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him or Jason. I think those would be the two lead candidates. I mean, you could take a few guys out of that stack and probably do it with. Did you catch when he was on? At the very end, he's like, "Love you."
Yes, awkward.
And then
and she said nothing.
And she said nothing.
I know. I was like,
she just looked at him like,
yeah.
Like, all right.
I know. Also,
you're not even getting the fake one.
There's a gif of her hugging Jason because she kind of like pushes him away at the end of the hug. So.
Oh boy.
I know.
That's my point. How nice can you... I understand you have to be... I'm not saying you need to go on there and just, turn it into a complete mess.
Yeah.
But some of these guys who were so deep down the line, they're like, yeah, it's just one of those things. You just get beat. Something like it sounded like I felt like I was watching like an NFL press conference after somebody loses a game.
They probably all have... Anyone that's a serious candidate for Bachelor probably has like a PR rep, I imagine. Like, I'm sure Jason is talking to a PR person right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure he is, but I don't know. I just think it's hard to watch them all at the end, and you feel bad for them. And do you think there's any chance that whoever she doesn't pick for like the final one could be the Bachelor?
It depends on how it happens. I mean, Blake is. I don't know if
a lot of the like Bachelor world, people are saying that Blake is getting the Bachelor edit. Like, if he doesn't get picked,
Oh, boy.
he's going to be, like, you're going to feel so bad for him. You're going to, like, cheer him on. But I'm like, no, Jason.
I don't know.
Want Jason.
I don't know. That seems kind of ridiculous.
Any chance you think Ben Higgins becomes the Bachelor?
No.
Really?
No.
I don't know. I think they want him to be, but I don't know that he's up for it.
I mean, is it what's the window here?
Like, I mean, how many? They brought Ari back after forever, and then they brought that other guy back. Was that Brad Womack?
Yeah.
He like didn't pick anyone the first time. After years, they brought him back. So, and Ben's still really relevant because he's been on Bachelor in Paradise. He's been on Winter Games. He's like podcasts for The Bachelor. So
he's out there.
Still really
he has
relevant.
He has a profile. I think they might, depending on how it's received. Well, have they already picked him?
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't really, I mean, I'm sure they have, but they don't really announce it.
That'd be interesting to know. I guess let's just go to the finale here.
The finale.
The finale.
As Chris Harrison would say.
The finale. Coming up. Where do you see this going? I think, at least from the early reviews I've read, some people seem to think this is pretty lopsided.
Yeah. I mean,
I've read no spoilers.
I've read no spoilers either, so I will just say that. I've read no and heard no spoilers, but the way that Garrett keeps getting talked about, I think she chooses Garrett.
Yeah.
So, which is a little disappointing. I don't think they gave him a great edit, but then again, really they never pick who you want. Even when back in Bob Guinea, back in the day,
You're
going
going
way back, they never pick who they want. You want them as an audience or as a consumer to pick. So I don't know. I think she's gonna pick Garrett, which I like Blake. He seems real. He seems fun. She clearly loves him, but she's been saying that all along, which makes me feel like she picks Garrett because they never point you in the right direction.
Yeah, they always switch you.
But I don't know. I really like Jason. I'm not alone though. People love him. So
yeah, I just hope she doesn't become a villain after whatever happens. And I feel like her stock after the Ari mess was
really high.
Super high.
Yeah.
And it's coming slowly back down the hill.
I know.
The other way.
Do you think she looks different?
I thought she looked different last night for some reason.
I think so too. And actually, the Bachelorette Instagram, every picture they post of her, I think she looks nothing like she looks like on TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't even appear to be the same person, and I can't tell. I can't tell whether it's just they've edited her photos or she just looks like a normal person when she's on TV because they're not editing her at every second.
Yeah.
But every time I see her online, I don't think she looks anything like what she looks like on TV.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about that last night, actually, for real. I saw one of the shots they took up close. I'm like,
Brian thinks they put a lot of eye makeup on her when they put her makeup on, and that's why she looks so different because in the show she doesn't look like that.
Oh yeah. It seemed to be on heavy.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
What's your official prediction here?
I think it's Garrett. I'm so bummed about that, but whatever. I mean, she must like him.
Yeah. Fine.
Of the two that are left, I would love if she picked Blake, and I think if I were in her situation, I would choose Blake, but obviously I'm not in her situation, and we're not seeing everything, so I'm going to have to go ahead and say I'm thinking she picks Garrett.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think that's where this is going. Hopefully it goes the other. I feel bad for these guys who do clearly. It looks like they want this to work.
They love her.
Yeah, it looks like they want this to work, and it doesn't. So that's kind of, you don't like to see people humbled on national television.
I know, and I'm wondering if he's just going to be so heartbroken if he doesn't get picked. Then it would be too quick of a turnaround to make him the Bachelor.
It should be too quick of a turnaround for anybody.
I know, but they did it with Becca.
I don't know that was a great idea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they had to in that situation because, again, like I just said, the star's the biggest at that point. You got to ride the momentum, but. In most situations, I think you gotta wait unless something crazy happens.
Will you be disappointed if Jason becomes the next Bachelor?
No,
Because you don't seem like a Jason fan. I'm just going to keep coming back to him.
He's a little whole milkish for me. He's
What do you
a
mean?
plain Jane.
Really?
Little plain Jane. Yeah, a little bit.
In comparison to like Blake or Garrett, you think he's like less interesting than them?
Apparently, Becca thinks he's less interesting too.
Well, she thinks he's a really good kisser. So, which they're never going to be real life friends. Because I said to Brian last night when we were watching, like, I don't know how you become friends with someone that you like told America 1,000 times that they were the best kisser on the show, and now you like pick someone else who clearly wasn't the best kisser.
Yeah.
How do you be friends with the best kisser? You
And-
can't.
In fact, the winner of the show needs to nip that in the butt.
Yeah, like sorry.
Yeah, you're not going to be conversing with.
Clearly, there was a lot of attraction there, so we're gonna have to
Yeah, you're going to have to
limit your encounters.
Yeah, delete that phone number.
Yeah.
Please. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and you will be back next week.
Yes, after the finale and before Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes, we'll squeeze all of that in.
Yes.
On the next Off the Exit, The Bachelorette for Dummies. Jess Kanady, thank you.
Thank you.
Until next time, have a good one, everybody.
Subscribe to the Exit 58 podcast on iTunes and Stitcher by searching Exit 58 Podcast.